Recently, I received a message from one of our clients, and unfortunately, the news was far from good. He got laid off from his company. And as you know, he didn't succeed to find a new employment. And if he didn't succeed to find a new employment, he would have to leave the US. And that's a very tough spot to be in. And I can only imagine the stress that it brings people when they are in that tough situation. Now, we've seen so many clients in similar situations in our entire journey helping people in their EB-1A process. And while it doesn't really affect the EB-1A profile building process, as long as they have a job when they file for the EB-1A petition, and the EB-1A petition doesn't even require you to have a job, but it's always good to have a job when you file for it. The emotional toll, though, that it has on them and their families in this entire process is extremely significant. It's not just about the finances. There are so many factors that come into play, the investments that they've made, the kids that go to school, many more things. Hi, I'm Saiman Shetty, your host and founder of the Smart Green Card program, and I want to take this moment to share some hard truths about how layoffs are putting immense pressure on H1B visa holders and how they are living in this perpetual sense of uncertainty in the US. And I want to highlight why an EB-1A green card might be their ticket to a brighter future here, and a lot of this might be true for you as well, and my hope here is that it helps you understand the process a little better too. So let's dive straight in. Many of us hope that 2024 would start on a positive note with minimal layoffs, but the hard truth is that over 438 tech companies, the last I read, 1,000 employees as of August 2024, according to layoffs.fyi and many other sources as well. Recently, I met up with an old colleague of mine who's been living in the US on an H1B visa with his family. He just got laid off, and already he has gone through more than 50 interviews without much success despite all his efforts. He hasn't really landed a new job yet. Financially, he's okay for now though, but what truly worries him is how to share this news with his family. His kids have grown up here and his wife works on an H4 EAD. He fears that breaking this news will stress them out and affect their mental health as well, and he's feeling the weight of it all, and it's really heartbreaking. And this is a dear friend of mine. Now, I know many people in my circle who have spent years stuck in the US, unable to really travel due to the pandemic. And after such a long wait, they finally made plans to visit their home countries, to reconnect with family, and to take this much needed breather. But just as some were ready to go, the unexpected reality hit. Layoffs again. Suddenly, the excitement of going to India, going to wherever they want to go for a vacation turned into anxiety, and now they are racing to find new jobs. Entire life took a U-turn, and they're also, some of them got jobs, they're waiting for these H1B transfers, and once again facing the uncertainty of those visa approvals and the time that USCIS takes for it as well. It makes you wonder, really, after everything, after all the decades of blood, sweat and tears you've spent in the US, staying in the US, adding to the economy, is it even worth it anymore? But despite the challenges, the opportunities here convince many to stay, ready to fight for a future that they have worked so hard so far. And this is the reality for so many, caught in the cycle of uncertainty, longing for stability, yet driven by the promise of what the US still offers to this day. Well, these are just a few examples of the countless stories of H1B holders grappling with this uncertainty due to layoffs. So, how can you really escape this H1B uncertainty? Can you really do it even? The answer is simple. You need a green card. That's a permanent solution to all your problems. Of course, there are different types of green cards, but that is the single most permanent solution to all your problems. But the harsh truth strikes again. Over 1.1 million Indians are stuck in this line, waiting for their green cards, under the EB2 and EB3 categories, of course. Some estimates suggest that it could take decades or even up to 190 years. That's what I read in one of the reports, to get their green cards. Plus, if someone gets laid off while their employer-sponsored green card is being processed, they have to restart the process all over again with the new employer. And the biggest irony is that pausing the perm process by many companies has become common now, because whenever a company goes through a certain amount of layoff, they have to pause the perm process, and it gets even more complicated when that happens. So if you're not so familiar with perm, which is often the first step in the employment-based green card process for EB2 and EB3, the employer needs to prove that there is a lack of qualified US workers available for your role that you are in. And only when they are able to prove that, they are able to move forward with the rest of the EB2, EB3 process, the I-140, the 485, etc. Yet, there is a saying among many immigrants in the US. This country has a place for those who are willing to work hard. And I've held on to this belief as well since my very first day here. And it led me to explore the EB1A green card path after missing my H1B lottery. I poured my heart into building my EB1A profile and ultimately earned my EB1A green card as well. Now, here's the silver lining though. According to the recent October Visa Bulletin of 2024, the current wait time for EB1A green cards on paper is only 2 years. And if you have a prior priority date, which you can use, you can expedite it significantly from that point as well, which most of our clients actually do. So you don't really need employer sponsorship and that dependency on employer drama in order to go forward for your green card. And you won't have to go through the perm process, which is an endless process in itself, dependent on many other factors, if you choose the EB1A green card path. So if you're an Indian and if you want to secure a bright future in the US without marrying a US citizen, then I encourage you to explore the EB1A green card path. And if you are hesitant to pursue the EB1A route due to the stringent criteria that it has, which I am not going to lie, the EB1A does have a lot of stringent criteria, but for most people who have worked significantly in their fields for a decent number of years, it is still possible. And the multiple approvals that we've gotten so far is what is a testament to it. So we've created the biggest resource of this kind because we believe everybody deserves the knowledge to meet the EB1A criteria. Now, whether you choose to do it or not, that's a different story. That's dependent on where you are in life, what your problems are. Are they big enough that you want to put this green card endless wait to a rest or not? But I want you to make those decisions from a standpoint of awareness, not from a standpoint of helplessness. And in order to drive that awareness, we've created this biggest free resource that you can find anywhere out there. So we recently launched the Smart Immigrant Club, which is a community where we share the valuable EB1A and O1A resources. You can also ask many questions related to the EB1A on the community, and our team will be there to guide you through your journey as well. And we are limiting participants in the community initially, and this is a free community obviously. So don't really miss this chance to pursue your American dream. I want you to make sure that you join the Smart Immigrant Club, and I've attached a link in the description below. It's completely free, like I said. You can find Smart Green Card on Instagram and LinkedIn, where we share exclusive tips and strategies for building your EB1A profile. And if there are any topics that you'd like us to cover from the next video onwards, please let us know in the comments below. You should also stay tuned to our daily insights on navigating the EB1A journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for all the guidance you need to achieve your EB1A goals. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, this is Saiman Shetty signing off. Peace.